What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is Bull Season 1, Episode 22, Dirty Little Secrets. So, this one is the first of the three cases that I'm assuming Bull is going to end up working for this JP woman, and it's okay. You know, there were some good parts about it, but there were some parts that were kind of frustrating. So, let's get into it. First of all, I do want to talk about, I guess, the overall premise for this. It started off fairly interesting. You know, you've got this one guy, he's working for this corporation, and bomb goes off the minute it turns 10:15. You could see it's like he knew it was coming. He slides into his bathtub and then lets the explosions happen and then comes back out, which it was a pretty creative scene the way they set it up. It's definitely something that I've not really seen in a TV show done before. But we see him go into work, and he's obviously a part of this it looks very technological, and we come to find out later they're pretty much like guard people's stuff online is what they're meant for. But we see him log into his profile, and it goes from negative $65 million and then all of a sudden becomes plus $35 million. And so you can tell he obviously had something to do with that. You can tell he's the bad guy. Well, we come to find out later this is who, this company is who Bull and his people are going to work with JP with to defend. And so that's a fairly interesting concept. You know, they're defending the company that really are innocent, but one of the guys that's head of the company I can't remember what exactly his role is in the company, but he's very big in the company. And so he's actually the one responsible, but the company isn't. But you're still kind of helping the bad guy in this case. But of course, in the end, they still manage to find a way to protect the company, but still catch the bad guy anyway. So all of that sort of goes out the window at the end. You can kind of tell that's just the type of show this is. You know, they're going to make sure there's a happy ending. You know, they hardly ever go, hey, let's have a sad ending, or hey, let's have an emotionally ambiguous ending. It's always just like, no, yeah, everything's gonna work out okay. You know, everything's hunky dory here. But the problem that I did end up having with this was it could have been about they could have made it about lawyers. You know, how do you do your job knowing that you have to protect somebody that you know is in the wrong, or you know is suspicious and is hiding something? And they kind of did that for part of it, but then they just sort of pushed it aside and made it all about protecting privacy. You know, privacy online. How do you protect that? And it just became so much less interesting. You know, I don't know. I understand that is kind of a big deal right now, protecting the privacy of people online, but I don't know. The concept of the show is a team that works with lawyers and attorneys and tries to convict or protect clients. And so, why not make it about what do you do if you have a guilty client? You know, why not make that the argument? But instead, they turn it into a privacy argument. And the ironic thing is, they're trying to protect privacy against the government, you know, FBI. And the ironic thing is, it's the government that's been having its privacy messed with recently. You know, the Hillary's emails getting leaked. I'm pretty sure Trump got hacked recently. So I just find it very ironic that the FBI, the government, are the bad guys. They can't even keep their own stuff private. What are you talking about? So yeah, I don't know. I did find that kind of funny, but the fact that they made it about privacy, the fact that they made that the big deal, it just doesn't really work with the concept of the show in general. The other thing that didn't really work for me is I didn't really know how to feel about JP in the last episode, you know, with Benny and protecting him. This one, I finally realized a couple of things that bothered me. One, and I'm not sure if I talked about this or not in the one before, but obviously there was a romantic thing between her and Bull in the last episode. But one of the problems I have is Bull is supposed to be dating that one woman from back his hometown, though I don't really remember her name. I know the actress that plays her is the same one that was on Royal Pains, but I don't really remember. I want to say her name is Diana, but I could be wrong about that. But I thought they were having a thing. You know, I thought they were together, and so the fact that now all of a sudden this thing is turning romantic, there's no explanation, and I'm just like, why? You know, why can't we just have a relationship and just have it, okay, this is the relationship, that's all you need to know. But they don't do that. They just kind of, oh, yeah, Bull's dating this one woman, but now he's not. So it's kind of disappointing that they just decided to throw that to the side to bring in this new woman. The other thing that bugs me about her is her acting is a little bit off. And I wasn't sure what it was at first, but as it started to go along, I'm like, okay, she's trying to pull off something. And I know I've seen it before. Where have I seen this before? I realized she's trying to pull off Callista Flockhart from Supergirl, Cat Grant. That is the exact tone. Her mannerisms are the same. You know, every time she tries to make a point, she ends with her mouth going like that. That somehow made her point. Like, I'm just going to talk very directly, and now you're going to listen to me. I'm just like, close your mouth. Well, why do you think that makes you seem more in control? I don't. Why are you doing this? And that's exactly what it is. It's like she watched Supergirl last season on the CBS, you know, and she watched Callista Flockhart do her thing on there. She's like, I'm gonna do that for my character in Bull, and that's exactly what she's doing, and it's really bugging me. I don't know why it's bugging me so much, but it really is bugging me. Uh, I don't know. Her character in general is just kind of, eh. I don't really like her. She's kind of a jerk. You know, she's not really likable character. I don't really see her and Bull working out, even though he's, you know, oh, at the beginning he's asking for all these things in his apartment. You know, he wants this and he wants this and he wants this, and oh look, now she has all of those things in her apartment. It's destiny. I don't really like her. I think her morals are very questionable. And I think that just how she acts in this episode, you know, the fact that they're defending a client who all they have to do is just send them this information, you know, just send it to the FBI, and then they can find out what's going on with this bomber, you know, to help people. I understand, you know, there are a lot of people whose information would get sent as well that are innocent, but it's the FBI. You really think the FBI is going to be like, ooh, look at this. This guy's having an affair with his wife. Ooh, I'm going to send that to everybody. Ooh, look, this woman's going gambling in Vegas behind her husband's back. Ooh, I'm going to send that to everybody. It's the FBI. They don't have time for stupid stuff like that. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I don't know. It just, the concept of it, while I do understand one point, the fact that it's being sent to the FBI is something completely different. You know, the FBI are obviously going to use it to find this terrorist, and that's all they're going to do. So I was a little disappointed by that, but you know, it is what it is. Some people just are very stubborn. But ultimately, you know, it wasn't that bad of an episode. I really like the Danny scenes in this one. They started playing like this. It was very good music that just sort of fit with the I guess the theme, the feeling of what was going on. You know, she's sneaking in, trying to follow the one guy who ends up being the bad guy, and they just started playing this music. It was, I can't remember how it went, but it was like strings and piano playing at the same time, and just it felt very natural for the scene. And so I really like that music to go along with it. On top of that, there were some other good moments with the music. One in particular is actually without the music. We see Bull is talking to JP, and at one point he just finally sort of convinces her of his point. And so the next day in court, she is talking to the jury, and you can tell she doesn't really feel what she's saying anymore. You know, she actually agreed with what Bull said. At that point, there's no music playing. You know, there's no sort of background music. There's no noises being made. It's just her talking. And sure enough, Marissa gets on the comms with Bull and tells her, you know, the jury's falling asleep. I'm just like, it actually fits with the scene because there's no music going on. And then sure enough, after Bull gives her a talk and then tells her, you know, you need to believe in this. You know, you need to believe that privacy is an important thing. And so when she goes back in, she's more impassioned in her speech. She more believes it. They went a little overboard by playing patriotic music. That was a little frustrating, but you know, it did fit with the scene, you know, the lack of music and then bringing the music in when she actually believes what she's saying. I really thought that worked out. Danny music worked out okay, so it's still good. It's just, it's got some problems. You know, the ideas behind it, this new woman that's come onto the show, not really a big fan of her. So there are some problems, but there are also some good things to it too. So I'm looking forward to the season finale, seeing what they're going to do for the season finale. You know, hopefully it's going to be something a bit more epic than, oh, we're just defending another client and then that's how the season's going to end. I know it did get a lower rating on IMDb than most of the episodes this season, so that's a little concerning. But at the same time, most of the episodes this season have gotten pretty low ratings, and I don't agree with most of them. You know, like some of them have gotten low, like 7.0, 7.1. I'm just like, that's at least a 7.5. And when a show like Supergirl's getting mainly 8.0s and higher, it kind of tells you that the people doing IMDb are a bit biased. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to entail. I would really love to see the case that Benny tried with this murderer, the serial killer. I would love to see that come back. Don't know if that's actually going to happen or if it's just going to be another case working for JP, but I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on this episode? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all the good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Bull reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.